What up? What up? What up? We are back with another episode of the Art of Hustle podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Victoria Us. Champas?
Yep.
Champas?
Yep.
Champas? That's an interesting name, last name.
Thank you. I married into it. I had no choice in the matter.
Yeah. On today's episode of the Art of Hustle, we have somebody who is all about building businesses, communities, families, and all things alike. Vic is
Yeah.
also a very special coach at Live Fitness Studio, so super excited for this episode today. Vic, are you ready for this?
I am buckled up. I'm following your lead.
This is your first podcast, right?
It is. I've never gotten on the mic
Are you a
officially.
podcast connoisseur?
I will listen. I will listen. Um, yeah. But I've thought, like my friends and I have joked around about like we should have a podcast. But I was like, who would want to hear what I have to say?
Yeah.
I found one person.
I
It's
mean,
you.
you have a pretty cool story. I'm a firm believer that everyone has like a cool story to tell.
Yeah.
And everyone's a gift. So I love the art of conversation and just like sharing stories and experiences and like, I don't know, where you've been at, where you at, where you going. So
Yeah. I'm excited.
today we get to dig deep into your little world, Vic. So give us a little bit about your background.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was born in Wisconsin, which is a fun fact not many people know.
I didn't know that.
I only have one memory from Wisconsin, and it was burying a color change Barbie in the snow. So, like, I also don't remember Wisconsin. I moved when I was in first grade. I moved to LA area for dad's work and grew up just outside of LA. Moved up the coast for college, went to school in Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, loved it there, and then continued moving up the coast and got a job teaching straight out of college. So I taught kindergarten and transitional kindergarten for a decade and then started having kids, and my life changed in a big way.
Dang, so 10 years of teaching?
10
Was
years.
that here in Bend or in
No,
Portland?
it was in California.
Okay,
the Bay
gotcha.
Area. Yeah.
So you moved from Bay Area to Portland?
No, I never lived in Portland.
Oh,
Portland.
what? Okay.
I moved from the Bay Area straight to Bend.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
We moved in 2020. We came up here in 2015 and ended up buying a house because we knew we eventually wanted to come here. But my husband and I had just gotten married, and so we didn't want to just like immediately leave.
Change everything.
Yeah. So we kind of just kept kicking the can. It was actually like a running joke. We just kept being like, yeah, we're going to move next summer. Like 4 or 5 different threats of like, we're moving to Bend.
Yeah.
And then it was like one baby came, and then the next baby, I was pregnant and I was hoping to come up here, but I had a really complicated pregnancy. So I wasn't allowed to travel. So we couldn't move up here and ended up staying in the Bay to have him. And then COVID happened. And so everything shut down. We went remote with all of our work. And that was as good a time as any to just eject.
Dang.
So we kind of Irish goodbye after like threatening a million times to move,
Yeah.
which actually was quite hilarious. And there was
Yeah.
like, all this pomp and circumstance all leading up to it. And then we just kind of packed up the truck, drove up to Bend, and we moved in with my parents for a few months.
Nice.
Ooh,
With 2 young kids?
It's so lovely having my parents a mile away from us. It was
Yes.
not the best having them downstairs,
Yes, that's a little bit of tight
Yeah.
quarters for.
especially during quarantine.
Yeah.
Like, I love my parents. I have a fantastic relationship, but it's hard to be in close quarters with a 6-month-old and a 2.5-year-old.
Yeah, those are the grind years of
Those are
parenting.
Yes.
Where were you at career-wise with having your kids?
So when I got pregnant with my oldest, I was teaching, and I had never wanted to leave teaching. I had done some entrepreneurial stuff, and people were always talking about like, oh, I want to leave my job. I want to, make enough so I can quit. And I was like, not me.
Mhm.
I love my job. I love having a summer vacation. I like having extra income. So I never saw it as like leaving teaching.
Mhm.
But when I got pregnant, I realized if I had stayed in the classroom, I would have either been a really good teacher or a really good mom.
Yes.
But I don't think that I could have done both. And I have mad respect for anyone that is a parent that is a teacher, because it is so draining to be on with kids all day
Mhm.
and then thinking about coming home and having to be on with kids all night. Whew,
That's a long day.
that is a long day.
Yeah.
And like, again, mad respect for people who can do it, but like my energy, just I don't think I could have maintained.
How did you become so self-aware so you can understand your energy and your ability to
I
be a
think-
great mom for those hours?
I think I'm still learning, which is crazy. But I think that I knew that I wanted to be an involved mom. I wanted to be an active mom. I wanted to be hands-on, and I'm still trying to figure out how that works, right? Like, but one thing that I will say that I am really proud of is eventually figuring out that like I had to take my mom hat off in order to be a better mom. And that was so challenging to like advocate for because, and it doesn't seem like that long ago, but like my oldest is 8 now almost. And back then there wasn't the talk about mental health. There wasn't the talk about, you know, boundaries and things like that. Like it was not really talked about. And so for me to say like, hey, I need help was so challenging. And so I am like so happy for like this new wave of moms who are like, yeah, like I need to step away and I need a village and I need this and I need that. Like that was really hard for me. But I knew that if I had my mom hat on all day, every day, I burned out. So I knew that I had to like find something for myself. For me, a lot of times it has been exercise. It has always been like a side hustle or something, whether that was really income producing or it was just a hobby
Hobby.
that paid
Yeah.
me. It's best for me when I have some time away.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Mom What's Next. Because this is
Let's
your.
talk about that, Corn.
So was that your first hobby, project, business, entrepreneurial thing?
Yeah, I'd say so. So when I left teaching, I was coaching as well. And so I went into social media while I was coaching because I was a head coach. So I was trying to build community. And when we moved to a new area, it was like, where's that community? And so my girlfriend, Erica, was also moving to the area from Portland and had the same question, like, where do we go for a community here? And so we decided to build it. And so yeah, that was the first like venture of, oh my God, I have to figure out like how do I file an LLC and like what does this look like? And I mean, still to this day, it's not like the most income generating activity, but we've now branched out. We're in like 56 cities. We like created a licensing model. It's like this big thing that like lives on. And it really was just a way for me to have something else to pour into, which like. I do love the building of community and the building of things and the hustle behind it. Like there's a lot of people that are anti-hustle culture, which I get, but I love it. I love grinding on something.
Yeah. Why is building community so important to you?
That's a great question. I guess because I'm always looking for that, right? And I don't know that I've ever successfully felt like I can just like join a community. Maybe that's just like the control freak in me, right? Like I'm like, if I build it,
That's the alpha in you.
then it is. I'm like, I know that everyone's gonna be aligned with me, right? Because it's hard. It's hard to find people that are like, your special is kind of weird. And like I've been able to do that in a lot of ways and in a lot of different areas of my life. I'm like, ooh, I found the weirdos like me. And we all like
Can just be weird.
yeah. And like how freeing and wonderful and like awesome is that? It's just like it's not exhausting because it just is you can be yourself.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And I also feel like a lot of times when there's a need, it's no one else is going to fix it, right? And so I have to be proactive and try to fix it. And there's so many people that have also felt that need. So if I'm feeling it, there's a good chance that there's a lot of people that are also going to benefit from it. So
yeah, that's awesome. I want to go back to you said the early stages of LLC, taxes, operations, marketing, sales, HR,
boy,
all the things.
still figuring it out. What are Champ and I doing this weekend? Taxes that were due in April.
Yep. They got extended
Yep.
until know how that goes. What talk about that transition time of, you're in a career, a lot of people listening to this are in their careers thinking about side hustles, businesses. Social media is all about, it's so easy to have a business and all that kind of fun stuff. Talk about that transition time of, making something official.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I think that I was naive for sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure the first LLC I filed never was even filed properly. So like when we went to pull up, the status of it, it was like that wasn't even filed. I was like, cool. I've been operating for 3 years, like no biggie.
Yeah.
But I think that the thing is by legitimizing it with all of those official steps and learning and researching and figuring it out, it just makes it that much better. And it means you're committed to it, right? Like there's probably been plenty of people who are like, I'm going to start this thing. Yep. And then when it got to the first roadblock, it was like, actually, maybe not.
Yeah.
Right. So if you can get past that first one, it's like, okay, now I want it even more. So now I'm more committed. And I think like with the current business that we're in, like we're running up against a lot of roadblocks. And like I'm lucky that in a lot of things I do, I have a good partner. Like right now it's my husband, and Mom Was Next. It was my friend Erica. Like it does help to have like not misery loves company, but like curiosity loves company.
I love how you framed that. Yeah, I feel like as a business owner, my wife is also my business partner. Curiosity has to lead the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, it's also, you have to be really gracious with yourself in that, like, it's okay that I don't know this. Nobody knows what they're doing. The internet is so fantastic and has a lot of resources. And, like, you just figure it out. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing of time. And
oh, yeah.
The longer you're in business, the more stuff you figure out, which is like good and bad because there's always a lot more to like the puzzle to figure out.
Right. You're like, oh, I've got this. I set up my LLC.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then it's like tax time. You're like, what do you mean I have to now file this and do that? I mean, this past year, actually, funny enough, was the first year that like Mom What's Next actually had to officially like file taxes because we have our city managers can earn money. And if they earn over 600, like we have to 1099 them. And I'm sitting in a hotel room in New York for another job. And I'm like trying to figure out how to issue these because there's deadlines. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is all the things that I didn't think about that I was going to be be and in charge of. And like somehow I'm the CFO.
Yeah.
Tell me more about my qualifications for that.
Here we go. Yeah, I love the small business, like wearing all the hats and all just like you're always doing something, always running to-do lists, always some, something to do. How'd you adjust that intensity, like going from a structured system to like that free-flowing entrepreneur business owner life? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's hard. I do good with structure, but I want freedom. And that there's a very weird dichotomy there where being an entrepreneur gives you the ability to choose your own schedule, but I do best when I have a set schedule, right? So there was a phase in there, like when I went from teaching, which was very regimented, to now I'm also working like for a nonprofit. So I do have a lot more scheduled time. Like there was a few years in there where it was like, no one's counting on me for anything. Like,
what should I do today?
What's my agenda today? And like, I mean, there's always things to do, right? And that's where I also struggle is like putting boundaries around that because as an entrepreneur, there is always more to be done, and like trying to set those boundaries around. Okay, that's enough for tonight, because my husband and I both will just
go
back to the laptops, like working because there's always more.
Yeah.
And so like trying to figure out what that structure is. And like, I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about like when I'm best suited to have meetings or when I'm most productive. Like if I don't have a meeting until later in the day and I come home from the gym and I'm expecting myself to do my to-do list, it's not going to happen. Like, no, I need a meeting right when I get home so that I can get in that mindset. Right. But like that takes trial and error and learning and figuring it all out.
Yeah. Entrepreneurship and business ownership really like teaches you a lot about yourself.
Absolutely.
And it exposes all the good, all the bad, all the ugly.
That mirror is harsh.
It's harsh. Like I went in therapy for like 2 years after like first year in business because like I'm dealing with so many emotions that I've never dealt with before that I know are stemming from business ownership. Obviously kids is in there, like settling down post-COVID. Like it's a lot. And I tell people it's a lot. You need a mental team around you to help you.
It is, and there's no one else to peg it on.
Yes.
Which like that's great and also tough, right? Like it's on me.
Yeah.
Like if this is not working, it's because I'm not working or it's not a good fit, and that's okay too. And like I've also learned that, right? Like I'm no longer really running Champ Social, which was something that like got me into the entrepreneurship game. And it wasn't because I didn't like it. I love it. I love social media. But I at one point had like 12 clients. And so it's like I'm running around like a crazy person and my head felt like it was soup all the time. And I'm like, this isn't working for me. I need to get a couple of big clients that I can just like then really focus in on. And for some people it does work. Like I know people that have businesses like that where they're
hair's on fire.
Yeah. And that works for them. But like for me with kids, and that's a big differentiator too, right? Like I could have done it when I didn't have anyone else relying on me, but like I've got people counting on me and I can't show up for them with that tornado energy, and it transfers over.
So it sounds like a lot of like searching for alignment, Like you're
Yeah.
always kind of questioning, am I aligned? Am I doing the right thing that's making me feel fueled and energized
Yeah.
for
And I
my
think I've
day to
been
day?
really lucky in a lot of the endeavors that I've done because they feel really mission aligned, vision aligned. Like I feel good doing the work. And that's like half the battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know so many people like in the corporate world, they're like, I'm doing this so that that tech billionaire can get paid. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel really good about all the things I pour myself into. And Leo the other day said, he's like, Mom, you work so much. And I was like, I do, but also who drops you off at school
Mm-hmm.
and then goes to the gym to take care of themselves. And then by the
Mm-hmm.
time I get home, I'm not actually starting work until 9 or 10. I was like, and then I come pick you up at 2. So how many hours am I actually working?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so like, but to be fair, he followed it up with, but you really like your job and that's why you do it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Cue the tears.
you're right. I do like my job.
He sees me.
He does.
Yeah.
And like kids are perceptive, right?
Yeah.
And also like that was a big eye opener. I'm like, if you feel like I work so much, like that's also a red flag for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, how can I be more thoughtful and more like intentional about closing my laptop, having dedicated time and really trying to make sure that like you know that you're the most important thing. Like the work is important and it pays for our lifestyle, but like at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
family like is all that matters.
You're just dropping so many gems out here, Vic. You got all the mom bars out here. Let's talk about you and your husband's latest investment, Kid Strong Lake Oswego.
Yeah.
Tell us more about acquiring a business and that process and
Yeah.
the inspiration behind that.
Yes. So Kid Strong is a children's development center. It is focused on 3 pillars, so mental, physical, and character traits. So think like a circuit training for kids, but with life skills built in. So some of the things that like really attracted me were they have a unit around shaking hands and introducing yourself while making eye contact or empowering kids to order their own meals at a restaurant, right? So like the skills that you don't necessarily get. So while there is the physical component and there is the mental component, it just kind of like is a full
Mm-hmm.
holistic workout. Now, I have an experience with Orange Theory. I've been working with an Orange Theory back in California for almost a decade. And so like I get the franchise model. It's beautiful in that if you follow the playbook,
Mm-hmm.
it works. And my husband is always helping to encourage diversification of our
Portfolio.
portfolio. So, he's always been looking and he's always scheming. And a friend of mine who was in the Orange Theory world, Brendan Imbadejo, was an investor in Orange Theory. He started investing in Kid Strong, and he had reached out to me a while back and was just like, "Hey, this is something you and Champ would probably do great at." And I'm like, "Yeah, because I've
so much time on my
because
hands.
I've got time and money like that." And then almost concurrently, Champ found it in one of his newsletters that he gets about like up and coming franchises, and he's like, "Hey, we should check this out." I'm like, funny you should say that because I also, so it felt very kismet that like
Mm-hmm.
we both were interested in it. So we flew out to Texas, did the discovery day, like we fell in love with just the product. And I mean, again, in terms of things that feel in alignment with our values, like absolutely, right?
No
Like
brainer.
no brainer. And the numbers worked. And, our skill sets between my husband and myself are very complementary in that like he's the business, he's the finance, he's the HR, he does all that
Mm-hmm.
and still does. And I'm very much like the people, the community, the marketing, and like being in education and also in coaching, like it's a very good fit. So we invested in buying a license here in Bend.
Hey.
Hey, coming someday. Real estate's been tough.
Yeah.
So as we've been shopping for real estate, the Portland territory went on sale. So we purchased that and it came with one open center, which is in Lake Oswego, and an additional 4 licenses. So by who knows, we should
next
have.
year.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's been a giant learning curve. It's been very interesting. It's been exhausting. It's been wonderful. There's all kinds of warm fuzzies, but talk about running a business.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a real business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny because, on what's next, Champ Social, like all these things. I'm like, yeah, I run a business. And then I get to this and I'm like, oh,
it's still heavy duty
this
lifting.
is a real business. Like this is HR, this is
Yeah.
contracts, this is, lease negotiations. This is a lot.
Yeah.
Like
there's some legal in there.
there's
Yeah,
a lot. I'm like, thank God I have a good partner in this
Yeah.
because Champ right now is carrying 90% of the load on
Yeah.
it. I think once we're here in Bend, like I'll be able to be more actively engaged. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's driving back and forth to Portland almost every other week. Like he's boots on the
Hustling.
ground. Yeah. He's the definition of hustle with this right now. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the biggest like things that you learn about yourself? You said like more of a real business, but like on this side of the business, what are some things that have stood out to you about your personality that you've one been proud of yourself for, a heavier lift?
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's funny because as you were asking that, I was thinking of like the things that I learned about myself that I don't do well,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which is like so
The
much that
inner
is
critic.
so me. I mean, I think that I really do feel like my ability to like handle operations and organization and structure and is a muscle I'm learning to flex. And
Mm-hmm.
it's something that is going to make us successful, especially as we have multiple locations that are not where we live. Like I think we're going to have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's something that I'm learning but it's fun and I really like it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's something that I didn't think I would. And so, like creating an employee handbook and
Mm-hmm.
systems of practice and like all of those things are things that I'm like, "Mm, really? Really?
Yeah.
That's like, okay. But it does make sense. Like I am an organized person and, you know, I like things done a certain way. And so, but
Yeah.
I am also learning on the negative side that I don't really like talking to people, which is so ironic.
What?
I know.
Like clients, like staff,
Like Champ's like, oh, why don't you just call this coach prospect and screen them? And I'm like, oh no,
that's cold calling,
gosh,
right?
no. Like I don't. And the thing about it is I don't feel 100% confident because I'm not in it day to day.
Gotcha.
So I think my hesitation is I'm the owner of this business, and if someone asks me a question and I don't know the answer,
Yes.
that is a major
Yes.
like where's your trust,
Yeah.
right? And so I'm just like I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
And Champ's a born salesman, so he'll make it up
easy.
if he doesn't. I mean, that's your skill set, bro. Like
Go flex that muscle over
go,
there.
yeah, you're great at it. I'll give you a little shoulder massage while you call everyone.
Yeah. So living in the Bend market,
Yeah,
and being a trainer here, like how is the Portland market for, I guess, talent, recruitment, retention?
I'll tell you what, we've had no trouble recruiting. The staff is a lot younger there.
Okay.
So we have a lot of like college students.
Mm-hmm.
So we're right near Lewis and Clark College. So we have a lot of like former athletes that are coming over to work for us. So with that comes a lot of turnover.
Yeah.
Which I told when he brought up buying the business, I literally said the first thing I said was it's going to be a people thing. Like that's going to be our biggest thing is management of staff. Because coming from the Orange Theory world, same thing, right?
You
like
saw that
our sales associate turnover, like our coach turnover, people can't, or maybe I shouldn't say can't, but rarely do just that. A lot of coaches have to have multiple jobs to make things work. And so it's really hard to retain them.
Yeah.
Which is something that's so crazy about Lyft. If I can just like divert for a second, like you have had incredible retention with your staff. And that's something that's like, I mean, amazing. And there's a lot of reasons for it, but like that's unheard of.
Yeah. I think we saw, I mean, yeah, it's an honor for sure because we saw COVID years and we had turnover like crazy. Like, and I was thinking about driving over here like the first time, kind of like meeting you, and the first day you came in the Lyft. I'll always remember that.
Oh no, what's your memory?
So I remember going back to that 2022 ish, we had like crazy turnover. Like had 3 kids. Ava was like 9 months old or something. I remember I was like so overwhelmed, and I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. And then I saw Tread to Bottle closing. I was like, let me just go over there and see. Like, can I get somebody to come over here? Anybody did a job?
You're all anyone?
Yeah, and then Audrey meeting you, and it just helped. Like that great experience of like, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a great fit. Just like personality, energy. I remember I was teaching a class. It was Dip and Dash, and you came in for the first time. You was like, all right, if the instructors have to run and coach at the same time, I'm out. I was like, listen, just come
you
get
have
on the
like
mic.
A super small class.
Yeah. So I was coaching, and then I remember we like took a month off, and I was like, all right, here's the mic, here's the key. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Call, text me. We were out.
It was trial by fire. You guys were like, we're leaving town. here's how to turn on the lights,
Yep.
have a good time. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, well, I guess I made a good first impression.
Yeah. Hey, so I mean, here we are 3 years
I know,
later,
I
and
was gonna
somehow
say,
worked.
It worked. It worked. Yeah.
That's
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the nonprofit work you're doing right now.
Yeah. So the nonprofit is called For All Mothers. And I've been with them for about 1.5 years. It was founded by an old classmate of mine, which is how I actually got connected. So Alicia Montano was famously known for running super pregnant. She was an Olympic athlete and was sponsored by some large name brands. And when she decided she wanted to start a family, they said, great, then we're going to stop your pay. And so there was nothing built in for protections for maternity. And so that was her kind of flag to say, we need to fix this. She came back after that pregnancy and won world championships and
Wow.
still was told by a sponsor, you're not committed enough, because she told them she wanted to have another kid.
What years was this? Can you refer to
Gosh,
the?
I mean, she started the nonprofit in 2020. She wrote the op-ed in 2019. So this was probably like,
So
gosh, she's going to kill me for not knowing this. I
recent.
want to say 2018. I don't know. It was,
Ish.
yeah.
Kind of around like a couple years before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I mean, by her writing the op-ed, Allison Felix wrote her op-ed, and it was kind of more talked about that, like, yeah, if you're an athlete and you want to have a kid, it's kind of a career ender. Like, it's one or the other. And so she started the nonprofit in order to help with like contractual language and protections so that women would have the choice if they wanted to pursue motherhood and still continue in their career. So it's been really neat. I came on just to help with social, as I do. It turned
Champ
into
social.
It turned into scope creep, which led me to becoming program manager. And as of this week, I'm now also in charge of operations.
Hey, congratulations.
Hey, promotion.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's great. I mean, I really, again, feel so aligned with the work and like passionate about it. And it's fun for me. So it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
And we have an awesome group, a very small group, doing all of the programming. And it's been really great. And we work on putting in lactation support and childcare services and giving grants to athletes. And we have some big aspirations, and it's super fun to be a part of it. Like we had a strategic planning session this summer down in California, just like laying out what we want to do in the next 3 years. And like our big goal is by LA 2028 to have like the most maternal inclusive Olympic and Paralympic games. And it's like, it gives me goosebumps to think about being part of that, because that's like
legendary.
That's I'm like,
historic,
that's
legendary,
huge. Like that's incredible, and also like so needed, right? Like a lot of athletes come back after having kids and are stronger, more resilient, better focused. Like there's a lot of great stuff. A lot of great stuff happening after having kids, and so empowering these women and equipping them to be able to perform and continue in their careers is just like, wow. And like it's all meant to be shown through sport because that's where the attention is, but like it's a microcosm for society, right? So if we can do it in sport, we can do it for everyone. And so yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
That's big time.
Yeah, it's fun. It's cool. And like I never saw myself doing this, right? Like, but I'm really passionate about it. I'm learning a ton, and like in my new role, I'm going to learn a ton about how nonprofits work and budgets and P&Ls and all
that's
the things.
CFO life you're talking about.
I don't know how again I got myself in this position, but hey,
here we are.
Here we are.
So how do you diversify your days, or like, because you do a lot?
I do.
Like you talked about some pretty big stuff that you're doing every day.
Yes.
That needs tending to. What systems do you have in place to ensure things are progressing, taken care of, accounted for?
If it's not on my Google Calendar, it's not real.
I'm with you on that.
And I mean, it's honestly like I am just trying to be super focused on time blocking my day, right? So, and this is something that I can improve upon, and I'm always a work in progress. But for me right now, For All Mothers is top priority. That's where a lot of my meetings were scheduled around, things like that. Then Kid Strong kind of fills in the gaps there, and then everything else kind of falls into place. But I do have some structures that just are kind of non-negotiable for me, which is like get up with the kids in the morning, get them off to school, go to the gym because that's my me time. Got to put the oxygen mask on so that you can help everyone else out. And then really trying to focus on closing it down by the time I pick them up and being present mom until we put him down, and then a little more hustling before bed.
Yeah. Do you set goals? Are you a goal setter?
I'm not. You know
Yeah.
what's so interesting is a while back, Eric and I were doing like a retreat to plan for mom what's next. And she's like, what do you see for the next 5 years? And I like just stared off into space and said, I don't know why I am this way, but I have a really hard time with like big vision.
Mm.
And that's why, again, I'm so lucky the people I surround myself with, because Champ is very much like
The visionary.
big vision,
Yeah.
what we're driving toward. And I'm very much like the pragmatic, like, here's what we're going to do to get there. Right.
Yeah.
And so working with a nonprofit has actually been like the first time that I've been able to do that. And I think it's because it's not me. It's like the entity that I'm planning for,
Yes.
you know? And
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's like self-limiting beliefs, or I don't know what it is that prohibits me from being like a big thinker, a big dreamer. And so again, like I just feel very fortunate that I have people around me that are like, here's what it could be. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds risky, but let's do it.
Sounds crazy, but yeah, I'm in. So yeah, that's hard for me.
Yeah. So when you're in these strategic planning meetings, whether it's vision casting,
Mhm.
do you feel like they pulled out of you to have a vision, or do you feel like it's more just
Yeah,
here and support it?
I think so. I think that again, like when it's not me that I'm planning for, like when
Mhm.
I'm looking at the org, I'm like, yeah, we could, like as a collective group, we could do this. You know, so I don't know if it's just like I have so much confidence in the team and in what we can do, but like when we were having that session, like I felt great about
Yeah.
planning
Yeah.
and big thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always been a disconnect, and it's something that I only just became really aware of a couple years ago of just, and I think part of it too was like growing up and in my initial career, like, I mean, I was a teacher,
Right.
right? Like there wasn't much big thinking to do. Like it
Mhm.
was, I'm going to be a teacher. And then I actually went and got my master's to end up being a principal, because I was like, well, long term, your retirement is based on like the average of your last couple years
Mm.
of salary. So like I should probably become a principal before I retire so that I can like
Bump it
retire
up.
with more money.
Bump it up real quick.
And so I got my master's, and that was when I met Champ. Things kind of took a different turn, but like, yeah, I guess I never really had to dream big, because it was kind of
Mhm.
just like I follow the rules of how things are laid out. Like I'm just going to be a teacher. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do a good job, and then I'm going to go home.
All right. So on this episode, we're gonna do a little bit of dreaming.
Oh,
5 years
no!
from now.
No, Gord, don't make me do it. Yes. Okay. I'm ready.
Where's Vic? What are your projects?
Yeah.
What's the day to day? How many hours are you working? What is the impact that you are making?
Yeah. That's another one when people are like, what's your ideal day? I'm like, I like my days now, but I know that there's better days.
Yeah.
I think in 5 years I will have a 7th grader, which is crazy, and a 6th. So my kids will be in middle school,
Mhm.
which is wild.
Yeah.
So my days will look very different because I won't have maybe even to be getting them up and taking them to school, right?
Right.
So maybe I get to have a more leisurely morning.
Mhm.
I am not a morning person. So like Champ has been going at 5 a.m. or
Yep.
5:30 or whatever, and he's like, yep, I can do that. I'm like, girl, no. So I think I would maybe have a little more leisurely of a morning, but still go to the gym and start my day. I think I would love to still be working with the nonprofit. That fulfills me. It is
Mhm.
something that I'm really enjoying and really passionate about. And I think in 5 years we will have our Kid Strongs.
Mhm.
So like, I mean, in an ideal world, if we follow our development schedule, which we're gonna do,
Of course.
all of our 6 locations will be open. So I'll be doing that a good amount of the time. So I'll
Yeah.
probably split my time between those two things and really be like, if we have when we have a Bend location, like I envision myself being there and
Yeah.
being like
Submerged.
yeah. And like I enjoy that, right? Like I really like being part of the community
Mhm.
here, and like so I want to be doing that. So I want to show up there and be spending my time there. I also enjoy travel back and forth. So like I would
Mhm.
like to be going up to Portland and seeing the locations and things like that. And I think our goal is to have it so that we buy and build out all those Kid Strongs, and then maybe shortly after those 5 years we gift them to someone else for a large sum of money so that we
Yeah.
can then go and do what we
I
want.
love how you just put that. That's a beautiful. That was a beautiful, beautiful way to
I
say
think
that.
that's how we'd love to gift these to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
In exchange
In
for
exchange for
a lot.
many zeros, please. But yeah, I think that, family wise, like I'd love to empower my kids to be specialized in sports.
Mhm.
So a lot of our travel will be around probably that, which is fun. Like I remember that from my childhood. I was never good at any sports in particular, but like I played tournament soccer and like I have such fond memories of like all shacking up in a hotel room and like
Mhm.
going and spending all day at the fields playing and
Mhm.
like so just like so many fun memories of that. And so I want that for my kids and like let them decide what that is. I mean, if Champ could decide it would be snowboarding and then we'd be traveling to every mountain town and they'd be riding
Ripping the
powder
mountains.
everywhere. But I mean, we'll see what they like gravitate to. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that that is kind of like our family fun. And then,
The
we,
business fun.
yeah, business fun too.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
What is it about kids that are so important for development right now? Like, is it always been a kid passion there?
I guess so.
Yeah.
And I think, like I was a teacher for a very long time and was just like very interested in the the idea of moving kids forward, right? Like I always had a bit of an aversion to like the standards and to
Mhm.
the grades and to this and to that cuz it's like that's not taking into account the whole kid, right? Like he might have
Mhm.
come in never having seen a pair of scissors and I've now got to teach him how to read. Like
Yeah.
that's a big gap. So I think I've always felt passionate about just moving kids forward in social, emotional, academic. And I think that having my own kids, I'm just seeing a lot more of like how important that is to support from the home. And I
Yeah.
think that empowering the other great thing about Kid Strong is that not only is it for the kids, but it also teaches parents too. And
Mhm.
it's a program where it's not a drop and go. It's a you come, you sit on the other side of class. There's interaction during class, right? Like there's a call and repeat. You invite parents to come out and play tug of war. Like it's showing parents how to be a parent too. And I
Mhm.
think that that's a big missing piece in a lot of this as well.
Yeah. That's interesting. I never thought about that.
Yeah, and I mean there's no guidebook. They
Right.
don't deliver the baby and then here comes the instruction
Right.
manual, right? And so I think that I and as a former teacher, you would think like, ah, parenthood, got that. I
Right.
know how to deal with
Yeah.
every day. I'm like, how do I better help my kids
Mhm.
to develop and not have struggles? And
Mhm.
like, that's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard because there's no like rhyme or reason. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, you don't know what they're going to encounter when they go to school. Like, it's all different stuff and you don't have the control, right? So I
Mhm.
think that controlling the controllables has always been important to me. And I think that with Kid Strong, with the community building, with all of that, like it's about getting them in situations that are controllable because there's
Yeah.
going to be enough like while they're at school that you just don't know what's going to happen.
That's some that's very impressive. That's very
It's heavy, dude.
Yeah,
Like
that's some
I
good
just sent
advice.
Otto off to kindergarten yesterday and I had a good cry with Champ because I was just like, I don't want him to lose his like sparkle.
Itself, yeah.
That happens,
Yeah.
you know? And that's tough.
How do you how do you coach yourself to be a better parent?
Ugh. I know that every night I go to bed and I get a fresh start in the morning.
Mm, grace.
Grace.
Yeah.
It's hard
How'd you learn that? Where'd you get that from?
because I know that there's like fighting against it isn't going to help.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's hard though. And it's hard. Like we have my partner in life is amazing, but we have very different parenting strategies too.
Mhm.
And so it's hard to navigate that. And then it's hard to know what is the right thing for your kid.
Mhm.
And I don't know about you, but Leo is a mini Champ.
Mm.
Otto is a mini
Mm.
me.
Mm.
So there's a lot of
Mhm.
opposition between the
Mm.
likes, and there is a lot of like favoritism with the other,
Yup,
like,
yup.
and it is so hard. And like, it's again, we talked about with the business, like that mirror is harsh,
Mhm.
but you have to like just be honest with yourself of like, man, I'm really, really not being fair right now.
Mhm.
This is
Mhm.
not fair the way I'm
Mhm.
dealing with this. And so I think it's the grace. I think it's the every night I go to bed and I get a fresh start. We always end the night like I love you. You were great. You were fantastic. Like you had a hard day. Tomorrow's a new day.
Yep.
That's hard.
Yep.
It's hard for kids because like they feel things so deep. And that's the thing, like Leo, my oldest, which is the Champ clone, feels things very big. Like he is very we call them the superlative. Like everything is the best day ever or the worst day ever. And it's just like, how do I get you to be even keeled? But I don't want you to be even keeled because I love your swings. Like I love this is the best thing I've ever done.
Right.
We could do without this is the worst day ever. But you know, like you don't
That's
get
a part of it.
but you don't get the high swing without the low, right?
Yeah.
And then there's Otto, who is me, who just will be the sweetest kid all the time. And then you tell him no, and it's like he's running off and hiding under a bed. And I'm like, I feel you, kid.
That was me.
I wish I could still do that sometimes. I was like, so I'm
Wait,
also,
you mean you don't?
I mean, I try, but I don't fit under there anymore, Corn. So it's just like, you know, you look at these little carbon copies of yourself and you're just like, also, this is a wild experience of just like, wow.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a learning thing. And I think that what we've also learned, which you're going to experience, is like every time you get to a new developmental milestone, or like Ava's now in school, like everything's going to, like everything is constantly changing. And like,
you have to be adaptable.
You have to be adaptable. And you have to remember that like, I forget who said it, so I don't know, but like, whether it's good or bad, it's only temporary. And like, that's a sobering thought too. Like, this is so wonderful. Oh, it's going to be over. This is so terrible. It's also going to be over.
Yeah.
You know, and you just have to, when you're in those really deep, hard moments, like, okay, this is going to pass. They're going to, then honestly, the beauty of children is that they are going to forget about it by tomorrow, which is also so frustrating.
Yeah. All this love I'm poured in today. You got to remember it.
Wait, this is the best. So we go, Leo, what was your favorite part of summer vacation? Now, keep in mind, we took them to the coast for the first time, had like a whole week there with our entire family. My sisters flew in. Hey, fun mom. We drove them to California, took them to 2 back-to-back concerts, the beach board, all this stuff. I go, what was your favorite part of summer? He goes, playing video games. I was like, and Champ's like, what about that time that we almost died driving you back from California so that we could like have so much fun? He's like, oh, I forgot about that.
The air got sucked out of the room.
I was like, don't worry. I took lots of pictures so I can show you someday.
One day we'll look back.
Remember this. But yeah, it's crazy.
Amazing. Hey, we're doing a great job.
Thank you, Corn.
I know.
It's really nice.
I don't think parents hear enough that they're doing a great job.
It's true.
And it's hard. It's
really hard.
I mean, there's so much is going on all the time, business, all the things.
Wild. It's wild. And like yesterday, I have like a business group on Marco Polo, and God, I'm so thankful for these women because like we're from all over, right? There's a woman in the Midwest that runs a sourdough bakery. There's a breeder in Texas. There's a PR woman in Austin. There's a Canadian intelligence officer, you know, like all of us, but we're all going through the same experience, right? And so yesterday it was all of us in tears on Marco Polo,
first trying day of school?
Man. And you know, one of them who is doing it all goes, I just feel like I regret the entire summer. I worked too much. I didn't spend enough time. And it was like all of us coming immediately to tell her, like, you did enough. Trust me. Like, those kids are so lucky to have you. And like, and I had to remind myself of something that I had heard a while back, which was, it's not about the quantity of time you spend with them. It's about the quality. So like 15 minutes of uninterrupted time with a child gives them the same security and dopamine and all the things as an hour, but you're going to get more quality time in those 15 minutes, right? So like reminding ourselves of that too. Like, you don't have to be so hard on yourself that you don't spend hours a day with your kid, because you can take them to California and they're going to not remember that anyway, you know? But it's like, it's like those little things of like, you're doing great.
Yeah.
And we all are, it's a universal experience. We all feel like we're not doing enough. We all feel like it's hard. We all feel like we're alone in this, but we're not. We're all going through it.
You had a very important message of having a community of people that are going through the very same similar seasons as you. Like, I think that's something that is so important, because it helps you like not feel alone.
Absolutely. And like, I guess I'm not proud to say this, but like, I need a lot of validation, and hearing other people who are sharing the experience is very validating.
Yes, I feel you on that.
Right. And so that has been huge for me. And like, I have community virtually. I have community here. Like, I was thinking about that today when I was coaching. I was like, man, I feel so lucky to have this group, because it's like, it's good people and they're cheering for you.
And they like, see you all the time, every day, in the streets, at the store, at the restaurants. Yeah.
And like, there's something special about that. And, there's some people that don't need that, but I really do. And that I've learned that about myself. Like, I need that, and I will create that if it's not there.
Yeah.
To go like full circle back to the start of this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think community is becoming more important now than ever. Like, as technology, AI, just this new virtual world that's emerging.
Yeah.
In in front of our eyes.
Totally.
Like, I think we need that I think both the in real life and digital community to have a bridge. And it's not one or the other, but it's both.
Yeah.
And like educating our generations to come, like, you need both. And you don't have to have both, but you need something to like engage with, and hopefully it's people not just staring at a screen, but that's one thing.
Yeah. But man, the technology making that available, like, I will say the best thing to come out of COVID has literally been like, this is not a paid promotion. Marco Polo, the app. I now am more connected to my sisters than I ever was before, because they're in Chicago and New York. And we used to talk very infrequently. And now we're on Marco Polo and we talk almost daily. And, just reconnecting with other friends, it's like, there is such a value in that. And I think that especially during COVID, when everyone was locked down, it was like everyone was so hungry for connection. And that just allowed for a lot of really great things to come together. And like many of them have maintained, which is really cool. But like, I would say that that's like really a special thing that has come out of COVID, is like a rekindling of a relationship with my sisters, because we are spread out and that's like hard. And like, not for lack of trying, my oldest sister, bless her heart, was like, how about we have a weekly FaceTime date so that I can see my nephew? And I was like, that sounds lovely. Corn, is there a time in your day where reliably your child is going to be able to stare at a screen and be a lovely, engaged individual? No. But with this, I could record a video when he was being cute and send it to her. And it was like, oh my gosh, we're getting that same connection, but on our own time. Yeah. Which was like,
so Marco Polo is like a Snapchat?
Yeah, basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's like a video messaging app, and like you can have groups on there. So you could like my sister group, my business group, and yeah, and you just watch it when you want. And
I need to explore that a little bit, because I like that video interaction.
Yeah. And I do too. I don't, like I said earlier, I don't like being on the phone.
Yeah. We know don't like cold call. Don't call Vic.
Certainly don't. And do not just call me without warning, because I'm going to freak out.
I am the same way.
I'm like, what's wrong? There's something wrong. But I love video messaging, and I love like, I'll take a Google Meet any day over a phone call, because I'm like, I want to see your face.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's weird. I think now it's luckily like a norm.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate, because I'm like, I can't tell. What is your tone? Are you mad at me? And that's an interesting thing I need to work on.
You need some information. You need visual information.
I need to know. Cool. Are you rolling your eyes at me, or are you with me?
Yeah. Was that a hard period or a soft one? Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's talk about storytelling and the art of storytelling. As a social media expert sitting across from me.
Yes, that's me.
Why is storytelling so important in today's media market?
Because people want to feel connected. I feel like this is a big theme of all of this, right? Like, people want to see themselves in the channels that they're watching, and storytelling allows more people to feel connected. And I think with brands I've worked with, it's been the same. Like, yes, you might have a really great product, or you might have a really great service, but if they don't know who the person is behind it, or the reason why you've created it, it's hard to get connected.
Yeah.
And so illuminating stories is a really great way to foster connection.
Yeah. And thank you for your time today.
Yeah.
Last question of the day.
Okay.
If you were to define hustle 10 years ago versus defining hustle today, how has your art of hustle changed?
Okay. I saw this on your notes and I got really excited because my life used to be so wild and I thought it was normal. And now I like look back and I'm like, what was I doing? So 10 years ago, actually probably 10 years ago, I was waking up to do a 5 a.m. workout, showering and going straight to the classroom where I taught all day, then would go to Orange Theory and coach 4 back-to-back classes.
Damn.
That's why I said this is a good question. Get home at 9 p.m. from like closing the gym. Champ would have waited and had a hot meal waiting for me.
Shout out to Champ.
That's a good man. That's a good
Shout
man
out to
right there.
Champ.
Shout out to Champ. 9 p.m. we'd eat hot dinner together and then like go to bed, do it all over again. And that was normal for me. Like that
Every
was
day for a whole school.
it was wild. I mean, I didn't coach 4 classes every day, but
Okay.
like, I mean,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, that was like 3 days a week. And, you know, we were traveling, we were doing all the things and like, it was great. It was fulfilling. It was wonderful. And now I'm like,
That would exhaust me.
do not, what?
Yeah.
And like, I'm busy, but like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
But also like, it's crazy because I think what has changed, like to answer the actual question, like the art of hustle, I've just learned to be more gentle with myself, which I definitely didn't have that skill when I was younger because I thought my value was in how much can I do?
Mm.
How many places can I be? How many things can I show up for? How many things can I be involved in? And now I'm a little bit more picky with my time and energy. And I feel like that makes it more special. Like if I said yes to everything, I wouldn't bring my full self. And I've been in those phases and it's
Mhm.
like I'm drained. I'm not pleasant to be around for my
Mhm.
family, which again, let's go back to what is the top priority? My family. So it's been a maturing in pruning, I would say, and focusing and hustling around the things that are really going to serve me, serve the greater good, and serve my family instead of just be a really great Instagram post.
Dang. Hey, mic drop. Vic. So when's your podcast coming out?
Oh God. I mean, this is it. This is
it.
the debut.
This is it. Hey, I appreciate
This
it.
is fun, Corn. Thank you.
How can the listeners connect with you? People watching this, how can they get in touch with?
That's a great question. Speaking of not doing things for the gram, I mean, you can find me on Instagram, but you're not going to see anything.
Yeah.
Come to Lift. I coach Mondays and Fridays at 8:30, and that's the best way to connect with me because you get to really see my personality. You get to hear my amazing playlists, and you get to see the wonderful place that Corn has built.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
and I appreciate the last 3 years of all your work at Lyft, and
it's been a blast, dude.
In Central Oregon, the community building, it doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you for
keep it going. And when Kid Strong Bend opens, we'll do this again.
Yes,
and then we'll tell people to come there.
Yeah, a little promo, a little get you out there.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. This episode is sponsored by Thump Coffee. Shout out to Thump for fueling us in this episode. And Vic, thank you for your time today.
Yeah, thanks.
We appreciate you.
Yep.
We out.